need a Red Bull, y'all. Come on. Sipping a Red Bull. All right, the next comedian is a new guy. I just met him today. He seems very, very nice. His name is Lou Neff, y'all. Give it up for him. Give it up for him good. Lou Neff.
Hello, everybody. It is my first time up here, if you can't tell. I've never even held a microphone before. I got that nervous energy for sure. I got that excited energy for sure. I don't know what to do with my hands, so it reminds me of the first time I had sex. So that would make sense then that I apologize after 4.5 minutes for constantly looking down at my hand, wondering what I'm doing, for being out of breath, and for rushing through this. I traveled to get here. I mean, more on that later, but I'm from York, Pennsylvania. I don't know if anyone's familiar. It's about an hour, somebody. All right, I probably know this person, it's that small. It's about an hour away up north. I'm from a small town, really small actually. If you can get any smaller in New York, it's called Red Line. It's quite literally named after a color and an animal. And my high school colors were black and gold. It wasn't even red. So I don't know why that is even a thing. But that should show you how small it is in my area. It seems like every time I look down the street, my neighbor's house is my aunt, quite literally. My cousin lives over there. My brother is the bartender. And it causes problems for me in my dating life because I'm from the Tinder generation. It's hard when you're scrolling and you're seeing nothing but your cousins, your aunts, your brother, your sister. You know, the whole purpose of Tinder gets kind of defeated. The whole purpose of Tinder is to have sex with people that you haven't already had sex with. The whole reason I'm on Tinder is I just got out of a serious relationship. And that's my way of saying I just got dumped out of a serious relationship while looking at IKEA floor mats. It was a couple months ago. I'm kind of over my ex. I actually just the other day removed her from email and Skype. So now I can just look at her Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Zanga, MySpace, Pinterest, old yearbook photo, and the sweater that sits in the corner that I haven't washed since March 11th. Once or twice, an hour. It's weird not being in a relationship now. You know, that's all I ever think about, really. I mean, if you can't tell. But somebody told me something that made a lot of sense, but it didn't make sense. Whenever someone tells me something that's like kind of prophetic, poetic, any other adjective you could think of that makes it seem like they're not just drunk. They said, being dumped is a lot like having wet socks. And I said, okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. But I went home and I thought about it, and I was like, yep, that makes a lot of sense. And it makes sense to me because being dumped is a lot like having wet socks. It's not the end of the world. You might think it is when you step in that puddle and the water goes kind of around, over, and underneath your shoe and in your sock, and the rest of the day you're walking like, what the fuck? It's not the end of the world, but it's all you can ever fucking think about is your fucking socks are wet and you're at work and you're trying to deal with other stuff. Like I said, I traveled to get here. I took an Uber to the light rail to another Uber. And all three experiences were kind of nothing to write home about, but I got something to say while I'm sitting on this stool right now. The first Uber, I get picked up near my house, and it's the first time I've ever taken an Uber where the person literally pulled up with a two-door car. And you can kind of tell a lot about somebody by where they choose to sit in the Uber. Are they going to sit in the back like a normal person, like I did? I mean, it felt like an episode of American Ninja Warrior where I had to step over and under and dodge everything to get in the back of his court. Or are they going to sit in the front like a fucking maniac? So of course I sat in the back. I didn't really know this person. I saw, Tyler. He has quite literally the same exact car that I have and a 4.7 rating, but I'm going to continue to sit in the back in case he fucking tries anything. I could be ready. I feel like the people that sit in the front are kind of just okay with whatever happens. Like, they just kind of sit over here. I guess we're going wherever you take me, Tyler. chloroform or no chloroform, it just doesn't really matter. I'm just going to take a nap wherever we go. Just wake me up when we get there. And the last thing I took was the light rail to get here. And being single now is, here's some fucked up shit for you. Being single now, every woman I see is super attracted to me. It's quite literally the definition of a dry spell. And a beautiful Thai girl was sitting across from me. And I've never seen such a thing in Hunt Valley, Maryland, let alone York, PA, where I live. So I was like, oh my God, just one thought in my head. I was just sitting there. Please don't get a boner. Please don't get a boner. Please don't get a boner. I look up, and she did. That's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it going for Lou, y'all. Keep it going for Lou. Yeah, that was nice. I don't know, Greg. We pulled in front with that one.